Welcome back to the Forensics Unplugged channel. Why Koch Chemie FSE is absolutely essential to me. And I've done this video before, but I'm going to do it again because it's important, especially in summer. Now this car, it's all about getting a good level of finish and then keeping it. Now, I've just allowed some water spots to appear on the car's finish. Probably from, it's not that hot today, but I thought I'd done a reasonable job of drying the car. I did use the detail spray, used the built Amber detail spray. The car's been in the garage for about 5 hours. I've just been tinkering around with it. And just under the lights, you notice like the things like that. And I want to keep the sort of like really good finish. And if I get a detail spray now and try and take those watermarks out, it just won't work. Detail spray can sometimes work when they're very fresh and you see them, you know, but they're not good at taking out water spots. Now the FSE, it's a bit hard to do this with the camera, but if I just spray some on the panel, so there's a little misting of product, and I take this little soft microfiber applicator and I just spread it. So I've got the wet film. I'll just do it over this little quarter here, up to that little line. So I've got a little film of product. Now, while that film is wet, the acid in Koch Chemie FSE, yes, it's got an acid in it, hydrochloric acid. Oh my God, it's a tiny concentration. It's got trust the people that make these. Now, before this product flashes, what I want to do while it's still wet is just buff it. And then when you buff it, it's nice and easy to buff. It just cleans the panel. So if I go down here, you're seeing kind of like everything here. And normally I don't use these open pile cloths as well with wet products because you're going to pull fibres from them a bit more when it sticks. But let's just get the focus. There, stay focused. You can see now, but my finger's going to make a greasy mark, but it's just going to help me get the focus. Let's go back. You can see now that we've got a clear panel. We've just eaten away at those water spots. And that's what I'm looking to get over the entire car. This focus is really annoying me. When the paintwork's good, it can't focus on it. Come on. Let's just come back a bit. So, well, you get the idea. So I'm just going to put the camera down there like that. And hopefully you can see what I'm doing. You can, even if you don't want to spray it too much there, you can just spray it onto your applicator. As long as you just create that little wet film, your wet film of this stuff is going to eat away at anything. And for me, it's not about really, with this car, it's not about protection because it's in the garage most of the time. It's not about slickness, it's about a clear finish and using the least amount of chemicals to get that. Yeah, sometimes the detail spray, it's additional detail spray, is not going to do what I need it to do, and that will just sit on top of those water spots, whereas this, with the descaler in it, will remove the water spots, and I'm already starting to see the finish get back to what I want, so that it's clear, the paintwork is clear. Now I'm just going to carry on. It's always worse on it's going to be worse on the hood, the roof, the bonnet and the boot. People get the ump if I say hood. It's just the hood. You can call it the hood if you want. So that is a little video on Koch Chemie FSE. Another reason I like it is I think is it £10 for a litre? So it's a lot cheaper than normal detail sprays. It's £5 for 500ml. You can get a mega size. I think you can buy 25 litres of it. Wish they did 5 litres. Maybe they do, can't remember. Great product. Great product. You could almost use it as a detail spray, but it's a tool for descaling. So if you don't have little murky water spots there, or even soap stains or anything that you want to remove, just use a normal detail spray. But yeah, so important, especially with this car where I can see everything and I'm staring at it, to maintain that finish. So it's an important tool for me. What are the limitations of it, in case you're new to the product? It's not the most powerful water spot remover. It's almost like it's a slash detail spray slash water spot remover in one. People always ask me, John, is it going to strip my wax and strip my product? I'm giving up answering that question, because if you're in that mindset, I think you're in the wrong mindset. No, it's not. You won't be able to tell because it's going to leave, it has some gloss, you know, some PDMS in it as well, some, you know, a form of silicon. That's going to scare people as well. It's a detail spray / descaler. If you have a mega stubborn water spot issue, you can tend to take it out with FSE, but it might take lots of goes. But there are dedicated water spot treatment systems like the Geon water spot, which doesn't have the PDMS in it, which you could use to treat water spots rather than just fix light ones at the end of each wash. You get the idea. Great product. Check it out if you haven't. Lots of people tell me it's their favourite detail spray as well, just because the finish it gives. But I think part of that finish is the fact that it's cleaning back your paintwork as well. So yeah, great product. Essential. One of few, you know, I have a limited, I don't get the trumpet out that often, but I think FSE for me is a 5-star product because it ticks the box. Jesus, what's wrong with me today? Ticks the box on value for money. It does what I want it to do. It fixes a problem. It's very simple. When I have a problem, I reach for it and it fixes that problem for me, and it gives me that nice finish as well. So I'm trying to think if there's anything bad about it. If you hurl it all on over the car, you've got too much and it's cold and it's not vaping, maybe it can be smeary or something like that, but I've just used it, you know, and I've demoed it so many times. Every single product I talk about, someone will say something bad about it. The trap to not fall into, another classic detailing cliche, is to always blame the product when you don't get the results, rather than 99 times out of 10, it's people that are just using it for the first time and have never used this type of product before and might just be using it completely wrong. Usually it is. Sometimes it isn't. But anyway, but don't be so quick to blame products when you don't get the results from them. Just think, am I doing this right? Go and do some research online, because there'll be videos on it, people that know about it and stuff like that, which could probably help. And if you still can't get to grips with it, then okay, try something else. But be aware that it might be the way you're using it. The key to remember with using it is if you are taking out water spot removal with it, you know, if that's what you want to use it for, it needs to act on the surface. So like creating that film of the product and just giving it a second rather than spraying it and buffing it and saying the water spot's still there. Well, it needs to just work on that water spot to dislodge those minerals. The acids attack the mineral deposits. So consider that. Don't be afraid to go again with it and just work in little small sections. Once you've created your film, take your second cloth, buff the film and make sure the finish is as you want, and then move on and work your way around the car. Very, very simple, very, very easy. Good, affordable, 5-star product. Koch Chemie FSE. Thanks for watching.